home security, food, entertainment. I mean, list everything you spend money on. List it down. And then know where every penny's going. I think it was John Maxwell that said, if you have a written budget, you're telling your money what to do. If you don't have a written budget, he says you're just looking for your money at the end of the month. Come on. Let's do this. Let's do this. Come on, baby. Let's do this. Written budget. Number 2, get out of debt. Get out of debt. I'm telling you, I'm not as bad as Dave Ramsey is. He says don't have any debt, period, of any kind. I think there's good debt. I think if you like buy a rent house, you get a loan for it. So you got a mortgage, you got not a mortgage, but you got a payment on that rent house. But if I get somebody in that rent house that's paying me rent and I'm taking their money and making that payment, then I think that's okay. I'm one of those guys that believe if somebody else is making that payment for you, it is okay to have that payment. Okay? But other than that, get out of debt. I mean, my gosh, I do not like car debt. I do not like consumer debt. I do not like credit card debt. Get out of debt because, if you don't have a bunch of bills, what do you have? You got cash. If you don't have a bunch of bills, what do you have? You got cash. And if I got cash, then I can put that in mutual funds. I can buy real estate. I can start a business. I can do all kinds of stuff if I get my butt out of debt and I got cash. So get out of debt. And, if you were on here earlier, I went over this, but I personally, when I started making money with network marketing, I used what's called the debt snowball method. List all your debts from smallest to largest. List them all from smallest to largest. And then now focus on that smallest debt while making minimum payments on everything else. So I'm focused on that smallest debt. So I'm working overtime. I'm doing side hustles. I'm starting network marketing businesses. I'm selling junk I don't need. I'm doing everything I can to come up with money. And I get that smallest one paid off. Boom. Boom. There you go. Man, live life loving. I love it. Thank you. But anyway, I get that smallest one paid off. Now I go to the second smallest one. Now, what I was paying on the smallest one plus the minimum amount I was paying on the second smallest one, I start just pouring everything into that second smallest one, getting it paid off. Boom, it's gone. Guess what? I start focusing on that third smallest one, making minimum on everything else. But now I take everything I was making on those first two and I start pouring it into that third one. And I'm selling everything I can sell. I'm having garage sales. I'm working overtime. I'm doing side hustles. I'm doing network marketing. I'm doing anything I can do to get money. And I get the third one paid off. Then you can figure out, you go down to the fourth and the fifth, and finally you get your butt out of debt. I'm telling you, that get out of debt. So I need a written budget. Number 2, I need to get out of debt. Number 3, and you're going to laugh at this one, but run with winners. And you go, Presley, you talk about run with winners all the time. Yep, I do, because it's the game changer. If you're running with people that are good money managers, if you're running with people that are investing, if you're running with people that are starting a business, your money habits will just automatically get better. I'm telling you, who we run with affects our finances, it affects our health, it affects our relationships, it affects our personal growth, it affects our spiritual life, it affects everything. Everything. It does. It affects everything. Run with winners. Run with good money managers. Number 4, spend a little less than what you make. Spend a little less than what you make. You know, the American way seems to be to make 50 and spend 60, to make 80 and spend 90, to make 150 and spend 160. We just tend to always want to spend more than what we make. I don't know why that is, but we do. Spend a little less. Because if you're spending less than what you make, then you can take that cash flow that you have left over and pay down debt. You can take that cash flow and put in mutual funds. You can take that cash flow and save up and buy real estate. You can take that cash flow and do all kinds of stuff with it. But if every month it takes every penny you make just to pay your bills, you never get ahead. You never create wealth. You can't. We've got to get our money making money for us. So number 1, have a written budget. Number 2, get out of debt. Number 3, run with winners, run with good money managers. Number 4, spend a little less than what you make every month. Number 5, save and invest. And I think there's 3 keys under save and invest. Number one, have a rainy day fund. Take 3 to 6 months of expenses, 3 to 6 months of just getting by and put in a savings account. And you go, why do you do that, Presley? Because that way, man, Prestige, how was breakfast? I'm glad you're back. Thank you for all the gifts. You're amazing. You're one of our key supporters, I tell you. Think about it. Think about it. 3 to 6 months, put it back. Why would you do that? That way, if you have a car wreck, if you get sick, if you happen to lose your job, you don't just go into panic mode. You got time to recover. You got time to find a new job. Take 3 to 6 months living expenses and put in a savings account and just leave it alone. Okay. Number 2 under save and invest is if you need something, go pay cash for it. Man, thanks, Prestige.USA. We appreciate you. Save up and pay cash for things you need. They've made it so easy now. Used to, you had to put your credit card and they would do some big old deal and you had to sign a piece of paper and all that. And then they got it where you swipe it. Then they got it where you just poke it in there. Now they got it where you just tap those credit cards. Just tap it. Tap it. Boy, spend that money. Tap it. And they're charging you 20, 25% interest. Don't do it, baby. I'm telling you, save up and pay cash for stuff you want or need. Don't be doing that credit card deal. I'm telling you. What else? The third one, save and invest. Long term. Come on, long term. Guys, think this through. If you, instead of buying that Tahoe, if you take that $550 that you'd make on that Tahoe payment and put it in a good mutual fund, do you realize if you're 30 years old and you did that $550 every month till the time you retire, do you realize you'd have about $5 million in that account? Yeah. Now, it doesn't seem real exciting here in the beginning, but as the time passes and you keep putting that 550 in there, and then you start making the interest, and the interest starts compounding, and all of a sudden you start having 6 figures, then you get to 7 figures, then you are a multimillionaire by the time you retire. That's exciting. But which looks better now? That new Tahoe that you can style in, or that $5 million that you're retiring with? I'm telling you guys, it's a game changer. We got to understand, we got to get our money making money for us. So number 1, we want a written budget. Number 2, we want to get out of debt. Number 3, we want to run with winners. Number four, we want to spend a little less than what we make. Number 5, we want to save and invest. And then number 6, once you got some wealth, give it away. Start helping people. Yep, start helping people. And I tell you what, it's fun helping people. I learned a long time ago, the best way to help the poor is to not be one of them. You know that? Best way to help the poor is to not be one of them. Back when I couldn't pay my own bills. Man, Prestige, we greatly appreciate you. Back when I couldn't pay my own bills, I'm telling you, I couldn't help anybody. You know what? I made some money now, and man, I give more to church by far than ever. I give to Romero Pena Ministries because he's reaching people for Jesus. I give to St. Jude's. I give to youth organizations. You can give money when you make money. I mean, it's crazy. Man, Prestige.USA, thank you. Do I know how to get business funding for a startup? Okay, here's my deal on startup. Number 1, when you start in a business, they're going to go off of your ability to pay. The business has no history. So if you go to a bank, they're gonna want to see your personal financials. They're going to want to know that if that business isn't making money, can you cover that payment? That's going to be step 1. If I go to a bank, they're going to want to see your personal financials on a startup. The best way, if you got it in your life, is angel investors. In other words, somebody that'll lend you some money for either interest or a piece of the company. And, you got to make them believe in it. I'm telling you that. But that's the best way to go, because if I go to a bank, it's going to be on your personal financials that they'll make the decision. They can't lend on a company that has no history. So there's no financials for the company. You may have a pro forma and say, here's what I think is going to happen. But again, they're going to go off of your personal financials. Angel investors is the way to go. Or obviously get you a side hustle, get something going and start saving up some money yourself and self-fund. That's the best way to do it by far. That's the best way to do it. You know what I tell people? Good morning, Prestige.USA. We thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. Here's a plan that I think we could all be doing. Whatever business you're wanting to start. I mean, become an expert at it. Read enough books to be an expert. Listen to enough podcasts to become an expert. Watch enough YouTube videos to become an expert. Go to enough seminars to become an expert. Take enough online classes to become an expert. Become an expert at that while you're paying down debt and getting out of debt so you got cash flow so you can fund your own business. That's by far the best way to do it. While you're becoming an expert at it, pay down your debt. And that way now I got some cash flow, I got some pressure off of me. Now I can afford to do what I want to do with my own business. That would be the ideal way. Oh my gosh. New people need to mind their business. I don't know. Never mind. Anyway, good morning everybody. What's up? Let's see. How can I make my money grow if husband doesn't want to work and help me with bills, rent regularly? You know, Heather, that's a sticky problem there because, you know, I tell people avoid divorce if you can at all. But, you know, you just got to lead by example, say your prayers and hope he changes, I guess. There's no step-by-step method to get somebody off their butt to do something. You know, the only person we can really control is ourselves. So I recommend, you know, you get something going, you make it happen, and, you know, hopefully he'll come around. And if he doesn't, you may have a choice to make. What's a good price for a vehicle? No debt and investing 15% monthly. What's a good price for a vehicle? Tim, you know, so many variables on that one. I mean, you know, if you're really trying to save and invest and do all that, find something that's good and solid, that's dependable and all that, but save up and, you know, get some money and then buy you something nice. Right now, just get you something that's functional. And, you know, something looks decent. I mean, you don't want to drive around in something that's just total crap, but, you know, something that's dependable, looks decent, and just get by for right now while you're investing and saving and starting businesses. You know, I was driving an 84 Mazda B2000 pickup truck that had a couple 100,000 miles on it. And I would literally go to meetings and I'd park a couple of blocks away because I didn't want anybody to see my car. You know, I'm in there with network marketing telling them we're going to get rich, and I'm driving a piece of crap car. But, you know, I did that for a while till I got out of debt, and then I finally bought me a car. But, you know, you can get by on less than you think for a while. And then, you know, once you get to making some real money, now you can get you something nicer. How much should I put every month in as much as you can? I mean, as much as you can put into investment accounts by far, because the compound interest kicks in and all of a sudden it'll start growing significantly. So yes, prestige.usa, thank you. Oh my gosh, guys, we're at 105,000 likes. Come on, 105,000. By the way, if you're on here, we got over 600 people. Would you hit follow up there? If you're getting something out of this, hit follow. Do that for me. Man, thank you. Prestige.usa, thank you. Hit follow, and then go to our podcast channel on YouTube. So go to YouTube, type in Residual Earners in the search bar, pull up our podcast channel, hit subscribe, and then watch a podcast. I'm telling you what, our podcast channel is rocking, boys and girls. It is rocking. We've been doing it 1 year. Last week was our 1 year anniversary of doing our podcast channel. We drop another podcast every week. We got a bunch of them in there now, so you got a bunch of stuff to choose from. And, you know, on here, I don't have time to deep dive into subjects. On our podcast channel, we deep dive into subjects. So go in there and watch one of them that interests you. You'll get something out of it, I promise you. But again, hit follow up here if you would, and then go to YouTube, go to our podcast channel, hit subscribe, and watch a podcast. By the way, we're on Apple, Spotify, wherever where you can get a podcast. So. And when I say we, it's me and my son. Jordan played baseball for the St. Louis Cardinals for 6 years, and then he's into business now, and he is a phenomenal young man. I say young man, he's, my gosh, 35 years old now. Man, I'm getting older. Anyway, all right. Man, Big Lynn, thank you. Miss Beautiful, thank you. Man, Miss Beautiful Jazz, I guess I should say. Where can we find you once TikTok is banned? You know, if TikTok is banned, I'll probably go Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I don't know. I'll let y'all know here in the next few days. I'm following it closely, obviously, but I will let you guys know. I'll go to some other platform, I promise you. Be, do, and have more. Zandra, good morning. I just pinned that for you guys that wonder who I am. There it is. I've written a couple of books, and I am Presley Swaggerty. I travel the country giving speeches and I have been blessed to be pretty successful. So that's why I get on here to let everybody know that you can be a success. Yes, you can. You can be a success. Good morning. Elon Musk is, what somebody said, somebody about Elon. Elon Musk is buying TikTok, said it on national news yesterday. Yeah, here's my thoughts on TikTok. TikTok is way too valuable for them to just shut it down. They'll sell it. I mean, I firmly believe that. They'll sell it. It's worth tens of billions of dollars. I mean, I don't think anybody's just going to say, yeah, let's just pull the plug on it. Look at the money gun. Man, I love neighborhood printing. Thank you. Oh, Kevin O'Leary's after. Yeah, there's several people trying to buy it. So, we'll see what happens. I don't think it's going away. So anyway, Prestige.USA is back again, giving gifts, man. Man, you're like Santa Claus, Prestige. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Again, if you would hit follow up there at the top, that helps us a whole lot. All right, here we go. Clarity is so key. Get this. Clarity creates confidence. Confidence creates action. Action creates results. And it all starts with clarity. You know what I'm talking about with clarity there? You got clear goals. Guys, everybody on here, all 600 of you, or however many we got right now, all of you, we need to have our goals. We're at the beginning of a new year. Write some goals down. Come on, baby. Let's go into the new year going for something. Again, if you aim at nothing, you'll hit nothing. I'm telling you, if you aim at nothing, you'll hit nothing. We got to be aiming at something. I mean, come on. Let's shoot for the stars, baby. I mean, let's go for the gusto. Let's make this life happen. Because again, this is the only life you and I got, baby. We don't get another one. This is the one and only right here. Come on, baby. We got to go for it. We don't get a do-over. This isn't a dress rehearsal. Let's have some go. Let's make 2025 the year. Let's start that business. Let's start that side hustle. Let's start that network marketing business. Let's start something. Let's get something going. If you got trapped into leading a life you never intended to live, let's get something happening this year. And I tell people all the time, it's not that difficult to change your life. I mean, if you'll just do a success starter kit, my gosh, if you'll just do a vision board and write your goals down, now you at least know where you're trying to get. And then if you'll start growing as a person by reading 10 pages out of a good book every day, watching a personal growth giant every day, and running with winners, now I start changing my thinking. I start getting ideas on how to make money. And all those 5 things are simple things we can do. I mean, just do them though. Vision board, goals, 10 pages out of a good book every day, watching a personal growth giant every day, and start changing your friend group and run with winners. I'm telling you, I promise you, your life will start changing. Your life will start changing. Little changes add up to be big accomplishments. By the way, if you're wondering what I'm looking at, I write notes down to talk to you guys about. I try to have some stuff that hopefully is helpful. And like I said, if you want to hear me deep dive into subjects, then go to our podcast channel called Residual Earners. Same name you got up here. Go to YouTube, type in Residual Earners, pull us up, and I deep dive into stuff. I mean, I get into the meat and potatoes. Here, I don't have time to get in meat and potatoes. On there, we talk about starting businesses, scaling businesses, branding businesses, taking businesses nationwide, improving customer service with business, investing, how to make 100 grand your first year in TikTok shop. We talk about how to be successful in network marketing. We talk about everything over there. So I'm telling you, come on, go check us out. Residual Earners, Apple, Spotify, or YouTube. Anyway, little changes add up to be big accomplishments. Do you realize we don't have to change a whole lot? Think about my success starter kit. I can guarantee it'll start changing your life. But is it simple? Absolutely. Vision board. What? We go to a computer, print off 5, 6, 7 pictures, stick them up on a wall somewhere. That's simple. Writing goals down. What? Take us 30 minutes maybe to write our goals down? Simple. 10 pages out of a good book every day. Doesn't get much simpler than that. How about watching one personal growth giant every day on YouTube? That's pretty simple. How about running with winners? I mean, I got to put a little effort out to start thinking about who I need to run with, but I'm going to be running with somebody. I might as well be running with winners. That's not that complicated. If you notice, everything I talk about is simple. I'm a simple-minded guy, but simple works. See, simple scales. Complex doesn't scale. Simple scales. Complex doesn't scale. When you're doing business, understand this. Simple scales. Complex does not scale. You know, I think sometimes we try to make things so complex because it makes it sound like we're so smart and all that. Keep it simple. You know, when Apple got rid of Steve Jobs, y'all remember that back in the day? They got rid of him. He's the founder, but they said the board of directors voted him out. Well, then when they started floundering, which they did, they brought Steve Jobs back. You know what he did? He got rid of about 95% of the products and said, we're going to focus on these few. And look what Apple is today. I mean, you know, he said, let's keep it simple. You know, Elon Musk took over X, you know, and he went in there and said, let's get rid of all this stuff. And he just whittled it down. I mean, you know, simple scales. Complex doesn't scale, guys. In business, I'm telling you, I've had a bunch of them. Keep it simple. Just keep it as simple as you possibly can, because again, that scales. Complex doesn't scale. All right, little changes add up to be big accomplishments. Come on, we can do this. Don't let indecision rob you. Make a decision today that we're going to make 2025 the year. Make a decision today that we're going to make 2025 the year. By the way, thanks for all the gifts, guys. I see them coming through. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Zandra, we appreciate you. Thank you so much, Zandra. Come on, guys. We're at 134,000. Let's hit 150. Dree, good morning. Thanks for the roses. Oh, my gosh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I mean, I appreciate you guys so much. That's me right there. Zandra just put it up there. Love, thank you. Love sent me a rose. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Make a decision. Let's make a decision right now that we're going to make 2025 the year. Let's make a decision right now that we're going to do the Success Starter Kit. Let's make a decision right now that we're going to start thinking about what business we can start to get us a business going where we got a chance to make big money. Let's make that decision right now that we're going to get out of debt. Let's make that decision right now that we're going to do something this year. I mean, let's not make it like the last years. Let's do something. Let's make a decision. Because, guys, we only have so much time on this earth. Let's not waste another year. Let's make this the year. We don't want to get to the end of 2025 and go, well, didn't get much done, but maybe I'll try this year. No. Well, let's have a total makeover this year. Let's change our finances. Let's change our health and our looks. Let's change our relationships, our personal growth, our spiritual life. Let's do a total makeover, huh? Come on, this year, let's do it. Let's do it. Again, because, you know, I point out all the time, I love this. The back of my journal, there's nothing on those pages. They're blank. See that? They're blank. You realize the next chapter of your life? It's blank, baby. And you got the pen. You can write anything you want on the next chapter of your life. Come on, let's write something big. Let's change it. Come on, let's create the life we want to live. Because if you like me, I got trapped into leading a life I never intended to live. If you'd have told me I couldn't pay my bills and I'd be thinking about bankruptcy and foreclosure and all that stuff, I'd have laughed at you. I would have laughed at you. Oh, Zandra says, put me in, coach. You're in, Zandra. You're a starter on my team. I'm telling you right now. Yep, we're at 138,000. Let's hit 150,000. Tap on that screen if you're just sitting around, boys and girls. Help me out there. Good morning. That helps our algorithm. That's why I ask. I mean, the gifts, the likes, the shares, the follows. That's why I say that. TikTok is all about an algorithm, so that's why I appreciate that so much. Your environment is either working for you or against you. For you or against you, huh? Which one? What's your environment doing? Is your environment helping you be a success, or is your environment working against you and holding you back? I'm telling you, we got to get in an environment where people are accomplishing things, where people are going somewhere, where people are starting businesses. Because what you'll find out is that successful people are just people, but they got out of their comfort zone. They did something different. They started running with winners. They started doing things different. And we can all do that. We can all start doing things different, because the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. If our life isn't what we want it to be right now, that tells me one thing: we got to do something different, don't we? Yeah, we got to do something different. We got to get out of our comfort zone. We got to shake things up a little bit. And I'm telling you, if you'll just do a vision board and goals and know where you're going, that's a huge step right there. Now we at least know what we're trying to accomplish. And understand this. You say, well, Presley, my vision board and goals, what if it changes? Well, I'm telling you right now, that first vision board and goals you're going to do, you're going to probably adjust them a few times. Sure. But we at least got something to start with. You got to get started. Come on. We got to get started. And then if we'll start growing as a person, then watch what happens. We start attracting things, because here's the deal. If I've got a vision board and goals and I'm focused on that, then my mind starts helping me. Yeah. If I've got a vision board of what I want my life to be like, and if I've got my goals and I'm focused on that, I'm looking at that vision board every day, reading those goals every day, I'm focused on it, I'm getting it done, then my mind, the reticular activating system in my brain will start helping me. The reticular activating system in your brain is just a switchboard. See, our brain gets like 60,000 thoughts coming at it a day, and we can't think about 60,000 things. So our brain has a filter that it only lets certain things in. Well, you know what it lets in? It lets in what we're focused on. It lets in what we think's important. That's what your brain will start letting in. So that reticular activating system will start letting stuff in to help you accomplish your vision board and your goals if you're focused on it. That's why focusing is so key. Just doing a vision board and writing goals down and not looking at them again doesn't help us at all. Every day we got to look at that vision board. We got to read those goals. We got to keep it front and center on our mind. And then our RAS, reticular activating system, will start letting things in that'll help us accomplish that. The other thing is, if we're focused on that vision board and those goals, you know what? We've got what's called the law of attraction that works. It's just like the law of gravity. It's out there whether you believe it or not, I'm telling you. And what we focus on is what we're going to attract. And if we're focused on positivity and prosperity and abundance and goals and dreams and visions, and if that's what we're focusing on every day, and we wake up going for it, we wake up reading those goals and watching that, looking at that vision board, then our law of attraction is going to start attracting those positive things to us. But the negative works too, guys. If you're focused on scarce and lack and just all the stuff you don't want, then you're going to attract that to you. Quit thinking about that junk. We're thinking about positive things, prosperity, abundance, goals, dreams, visions. If we're thinking about that stuff, that's what we're going to attract into our life. Our reticular activating system is going to help us accomplish our vision board and goals, and the law of attraction is going to help us accomplish our vision board and goals. If we will truly make a commitment to doing something with our life and really focus in, great and mighty forces come to our aid. Now, obviously, it all comes from the good Lord. I believe the good Lord should be first, family second, health third, money fourth. Good Lord first, family second, health third, money fourth. But if you got your priorities right, I think you can make all the money you want, because you can help a whole lot of people. Christy, thank you. Oh my gosh, good morning. Good morning, Noel. Good morning. Thanks for the hat and mustache, Christy. Thank you guys. Y'all are amazing. Oh my gosh, Chelsea, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, good morning. Karen, man, we love Karen. Karen's from Kentucky. I'm out of coffee. I'm going to have to get me another cup of coffee here. I'm going to go a little bit longer, and then I'm going to get on my to-do list. You know, guys, do you understand? I do what I tell you guys to do. Do you realize I get up every morning and I read a couple of chapters out of the Bible. I pray. I read at least 10 pages out of a good book. Have you heard that before? I watch a personal growth giant. Usually I watch more. Last night, I don't come in and watch TV. You know, last night I came in from the grandkids, and I sit down and I was watching personal growth giants. I'm trying to learn just like you guys are. I may be a few steps further down the road. I may have made a little money, but I'm still trying to grow and learn. And I want a big 2025. We all should be trying to level up. We should all be thinking about what we can do to change our lives and the businesses we can start. I'm doing that same stuff, but I read the Bible. I pray. I read the 10 pages out of the good book, business or personal growth. I watch personal growth giants. I do all the stuff I tell you guys to do. You know what? I teach my kids. I need to, while I'm here, because I'm in Calgary where my son lives, I'm going to video his vision board. because I teach my kids to do the same thing I teach you guys to do. And when my grandkids get a little older, I'm going to teach my grandkids to do the same stuff I teach you to do. I mean, I do this stuff. I don't just give you lip service, guys. I do the stuff I tell you guys to do. Come on, let's go for it. Oh my, you don't think your health is more important than family? Well, understand, the good Lord, family, health. The good Lord never moves from top spot. That's always top spot. Family and health are kind of together. I mean, your family's mega important to you, and your health is mega important to you. You know, I can show you billionaires today that would trade places with you in a heartbeat. They'd give you their money, every penny, all the billions. They'd give it to you right now. And you go, why would they do that? Because they're laying in a hospital bed with some disease, and you got your health. They would trade with you in a heartbeat. So health, you know, good Lord never changes. Family and health are kind of right there together, and then money. I mean, that's how I look at it. You never want to put money up here at the top, because then your life gets screwed up. I'm telling you, if you keep the good Lord first, family and health, money. That's the way I think, anyway. Oh my gosh, you don't have to be great to get started, but you got to get started to be great. Come on. Oh my gosh, we're at 149,000. Come on, guys. Tap on that screen. Let's get there. Let's get there. You got to be healthy so you can show up your best. Yes, yes. Oh, I'm not sitting here trying to debate what's more important, family or health. I mean, obviously, if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. So I get all that. My family's so important to me. You know, would I take a bullet for my family? Yeah, I'd take a bullet for them. So does that mean it's more important, family, than my health? I mean, you can argue that point all day. I mean, they're right there together. I mean, come on, let's get real. Health is mega important. Family is mega important. So anyway, oh my gosh, good morning. You don't have to be great to get started, but you got to get started to be great. Oh my gosh, come on, baby, let's go. Let's go, come on. You don't have to be great to get started, but you got to get started to be great. In other words, take the first flipping step. Get the uniform on and let's get in the game. You know, the universe rewards action, everybody. The universe rewards action. You know, we can sit here and think about what we want to do and plan on what we want to do, and we can do that over and over and over. I mean, but I'm telling you what, until we actually do something, ain't nothing going to happen. The universe rewards action. It doesn't reward thoughts or plans or anything like that. Now, all that said, do I think we should learn some stuff before we jump in? Absolutely. But at some point in time, you got to get in the game. You know, I can read a book on how to ride a bicycle. And that would probably be a good idea if I didn't know how to ride a bicycle, to read a book on it, get the fundamentals down, kind of learn what I should be doing, read a book on riding a bicycle. But you know what? Until I start pedaling that sucker, I ain't going to learn how to ride. I got to get my butt on that seat. I got to start pedaling, and then I'll learn how to ride it. And I'm probably going to fall off and hurt myself. I'm going to skin my knees up and stuff like that. But if I start pedaling, I'll get where I can do it. Come on, that's what we got to understand. We got to get in the game. We got to start something. 2025 has got to be the year that we take action. You know, we got to take some action. What business do you want to start? You know, if you've got a job that you enjoy, that you like, that you think has potential, become an expert at it on that job. I mean, read every book you can read, listen to every podcast, watch every YouTube video, go to every seminar, take every class, become an expert. Because if I become a true expert at it, at some point in time, I can transition over and start my own company. And you say, well, I don't like what I do, or I don't think there's potential at what I do on my job. Okay, that's fine too. If I don't like what I'm doing, or there's no potential in my job, then here's what we need to do there. Keep doing your job. But on the side, find something you're interested in and start reading the books, listening to the podcasts, watching the YouTube videos, going to the seminars, taking the classes, become an expert at something on the side. And then at some point in time, we will transition over and start doing what you want to do that has a chance to make you some big money, not the owner of that company. Oh my gosh. You know, Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's start thinking. Let's just start using our brain. Let's start getting excited about life. Let's do the success starter kit. Let's get moving. Let's get something going today. Make you a vision board today. Write your goals down today. Read 10 pages out of a good business book or personal growth book today. Watch one personal growth giant, and today start adjusting your friends group to where you're with some people that are going somewhere, huh? You know what? Here's an example. Get this. Let's say we all get on a success elevator. We all get on that success elevator. We're on an elevator. Success is up here. Penthouse level success is up there. So we get on here, and it's us and all our buddies and friends and family. Okay? We're all on there together. We move up one level. Do you realize a couple of people are going to get off? Right there. First level. A couple of people are going to get off. A couple of people you don't know are going to get on. We go up another floor. Do you realize a couple of people you know are going to get off? A couple of people you don't know are going to get on. Go up another floor. A couple of people are going to get off. A couple of people get on. Next floor. A couple of people get off. A couple of people get on. By the time you get up to that penthouse level where success is, do you realize you're going to have a whole new group of friends in there with you? Now, one or two of your buddies or friends may go up there with you, sure. But I'm telling you, you're going to transition to a bunch of different people as you get more and more successful. It just works that way. Now, do you still know these other people? Do you still talk to them? Do you still love them? Sure, all that stuff, absolutely. But your core group is going to change. As you go up that success elevator, your core group of people are going to change. Because everybody's not going to want to be a success like you are. Everybody's not going to pay the price like you pay. Everybody's just not going to do that. That's it. At first, we make our habits. Then our habits make us. At first, we make our habits. Then our habits make us. You know, here's the deal. If you show me who your friends are, and if you show me your habits, I'll predict your future for you. Sure can. You show me your friends, you show me your habits, I'll predict your future. Guys, at first we create our own habits, but then our habits will create us. I'm telling you right now. You got to get in the right habits. We got to get to doing the right things. We got to get to having the right focus. I mean, it is so key. And it just takes self-discipline because, you know, if you'll do something for 21 days, it'll become a habit. You know, for me, when I get up in the morning, it's like clockwork. I go get me a cup of coffee. Then I run, sit at my desk. Then I sit there and I read a couple of chapters out of the Bible. Then I pray. Then I read out of a business book or a personal growth book. Then I watch a personal growth giant. I mean, it is like every day I do that. Every day I do that. I get my day started right. I get my mind right before the day ever starts. Then I go get a shower, get cleaned up, come here, sit down, talk to you guys. And then when I finish this, I got a to-do list sitting over there so I know what I'm doing today. I do the same stuff that I teach you to do. I got the habits down though. I stack my habits in the morning because I get my Bible study, I get my prayer, I get my reading out of a business book or a personal growth book, I get my watching personal growth giants, I do it all, boom, 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 boom. And then, you know, in about 45 minutes, I'm done with all that and I got it all behind me and I'm ready to get my day going because my mind's right. I've had a couple of cups of coffee and I'm ready to get rolling, baby. Come on, habits are key. And if you're struggling with changing your habits, read Atomic Habits by James Clear. Atomic Habits by James Clear. That's a newer book. Come on. Or you can read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. That's an older book, but it's still appropriate today. Oh my gosh. The buck stops here. The buck stops here. We got to look in that mirror and say, if it's to be, it's up to me. If it's to be, it's up to me. Come on, baby. We got to understand. We're the one that's got to guide the ship of our life. We're the one that's got to get in there and steer that thing in the direction we want it to go. You know, the only person we can control is us. None of us can choose our beginnings. None of us can choose what side of the tracks we come up on. None of us got to choose our parents. All of us have made some mistakes. All that is so true. So put that in the past and let's right now look in that mirror and say, if it's to be, it's up to me. And I get it. Some people have bigger hurdles to get over than others. I get you. It is what it is. And you know, the only time we're going to figure that one out, when we get to heaven and can ask the good Lord himself, why did I have a tougher life than somebody else? He'll tell us, but right now we don't know that. I don't know why. It is what it is. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of appreciative of my upbringing because I had nothing. Well, it makes me appreciate everything I got now. You know what? I had a terrible dad. Well, it made me a good dad because I didn't want to be like him. I mean, there's positive that come out of bad stuff. Come on. We can do this, but we got to look in that mirror and say, if it's to be, it's up to me. We got to look in that mirror and say, the buck stops here. And we need to make a decision today that 2025 is going to be the year that we're going to do something. Come on, let's do this. Let's do this. You know, the other thing I want to point out to everybody is that you can break the cycle. You can break the cycle. You can break the cycle. Sure can. You know, I don't care what your grandparents did or your parents did, so what? I mean, my grandparents were dirt poor. My parents were dirt poor. I mean, we were just dirt poor living in the ghettos. You can get out of that. You don't have to keep that. It's all about your thought process, guys. I'm telling you, you got to start thinking different than your parents did. You got to start thinking different than your grandparents did. You got to start reading the good books and watching the personal growth giants and running with the winners, and you'll start realizing, hey, I can be a success too, because you can. You can break the cycle. You know, when I was living in the ghettos, one of the thoughts that was going through my mind was, I don't want to have a family and have them live in the ghettos. I had that burning desire in my butt to be somebody, and I wanted to get out of the ghettos so I could show my kids and grandkids that somebody with our last name could amount to something. Somebody with our last name could be do something special. Come on, let's get that attitude that we want to leave a legacy that we're proud of. Let's be an example of how to be, not a warning of how not to be, huh? Let me say that one more time. Let's be an example of how to be, not a warning of how not to be. Thank you for the gifts. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Queen Ways, thank you. Photo pudding. Photo pudding. Well, thank you, photo pudding. Man, good morning, everybody. Man, I'm glad y'all are here. We hadn't done this in a while. We got about 600. Can you say that quote one more time? Which quote was I talking about? At first, we make our habits, then our habits make us. You don't have to be great to get started, but you got to get started to be great. I'm trying. Let's see. Great advice, brother. I've heard this before, and I needed to hear this again. Yep, it's all about our thoughts. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Just joined us. Good morning. Good morning. Success to the ears. Well, thank you. Guys, you know, what motivates me to get on here and talk is that you can change your life. You can do anything you set your mind to. You're created in the image of the God that spoke the universe into existence. You've got greatness inside you. You got untapped potential inside you. You can do anything that you want to. Come on, baby. Let's not, you know, here's the deal. You know, I talk about who you run with. Think of it this way. If you want to fly with the eagles, you can't be on the ground pecking the dirt with the turkeys. Let me say that again. If you're wanting to soar with the eagles, you can't be on the ground pecking on the dirt with the turkeys. Come on, baby. Think that through. You know, I've used this a couple of times already today, but it's so spot on. I mean, think about it. Would you let your kids run around with a bunch of juvenile delinquents? And you go, well, absolutely not, Presley. And if I said, well, why is that? And you'd go, because if they're running around with juvenile delinquents, chances are they'll become a juvenile delinquent. Yes. Well, if you're running with winners, chances are you'll be a winner. And if you're running with losers, chances are you're going to be a loser, just like your kids running with juvenile delinquents. Who we run with is so key in our life. So key. But you can break the cycle. Come on, let's show our kids and grandkids that somebody with our last name can do something special. You know, the other thing I always tell people is that I win or lose. You should win or not lose. I win or learn. And you should have that same attitude. Win or learn. I don't lose. I learn. You know, does everything go my way? No. Have I had businesses go south? Yeah. I mean, you know, but here's the deal. You're going to learn a lot more from those bad experiences than you do from the good ones. So I just always say, I win or I learn. I don't win or lose. I win or I learn. Next one, get up early. You know, I'll say it again. I think 1 hour before 7 a.m. is worth 2 hours after 7 p.m. Come on. 1 hour before 7 a.m. is worth 2 hours after 7 p.m. When you get up early and your mind is fresh, you can get so much done. Get up and start doing your success starter kit every morning. I mean, come on. You know, get up, look at your vision board, read your goals. read 10 pages out of a good book, watch a personal growth giant. I mean, start the day off getting your mind right, guys. I mean, just a few minutes in the morning can be a huge success. I don't know of any successful people that sleep in. I don't know. I mean, I just don't know of any successful people that get up at 10 or 11 o'clock. I mean, every successful person I know, they're up early, they're making things happen. Like this morning, I had my alarm set for 5 a.m. Now, I'm on the west side of Canada, so ordinarily, let me throw this out there, ordinarily, I start at 6 a.m. Central Time, but because of where I am now, I'm over here in Calgary, I'm starting at 7 a.m. Central Time because it's an hour earlier here. But anyway, my alarm was set for 5 a.m. over here, and I was up before it went off. I mean, I'm excited about getting up and life and what's going on, and I got those dreams, visions, and goals, and I mean, I'm going for it, and it's just fun being alive. But if you don't have a vision board and goals, then probably, I'm guessing, you just kind of slime out of bed after hitting that snooze 2 or 3 times, and there's no excitement to your life. I'm telling you right now, you want to be excited. You want to have some passion. And the way to get some passion is to have a vision board and goals and be getting up every morning, chasing those dreams and making things happen. And if you'll do that, good things are going to happen. I'm telling you. Yes, man, Zandra, you're spot on. Look what Zandra said. When goals are bigger than excuses, you will make it happen. Yes, I agree with that. Oh, my gosh. Crypto Christo, good morning, Crypto Christo. Good to see you, man. Thank you for the nice words. I appreciate all that. Come on, baby, let's go. Let's go. And again, if you want to hear me deep dive into subjects and talk about a lot of different things, go to our podcast channel, guys. It's called Residual Earners. Same name you see up here at the top. Go to YouTube, type in Residual Earners. It'll pull up the Residual Earners podcast channel. Hit subscribe and watch a podcast. I mean, it's all free. I mean, come on. Go in there and that way you can get, for you folks that want something deeper, jump on there. Because, again, on a live, I don't have time to really deep dive into subjects and stuff like that. But on our podcast channel, I do. So we're on Apple, Spotify, all that sort of stuff. Oh my gosh, Crystal says, I will be watching your YouTube and getting a book. I've already taken 5 pages of notes. Oh my gosh, I didn't know I was saying 5 pages worth of profound things. But anyway, thanks for the kind words. Let's see, have you ever been in the situation where you lost everything and had to rebuild? And how did it go? Yeah, I have. I started off in the ghettos, and then I started teaching and coaching, and Jeannie and I were both working, and we had a decent house, and I mean, things were going pretty good, but then we had kids, and she didn't want to work, and now we started just trying to live on my teacher's salary, which is pretty ugly, and I mean, we were at the point of bankruptcy and foreclosure, couldn't pay all my bills. So yes, I have been there, and then thank the Lord. That's when the good Lord sent Coach Mayo coming to me, going, "Hey, you might want to check out this network marketing business. I think we can make some money." Coach was a dear friend, knew I was struggling, and he said, "I think we can make some money." And we were literally facing bankruptcy and foreclosure, didn't know what we were going to do. And, when the time looks the bleakest, that's when the good Lord steps in a lot of times. And he sent that network marketing business, and I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. It exploded. And for 21 years, I've been the number one earner, and I've been blessed to make tens of millions of dollars with it. So, come on, things can turn around. I'm telling you, they can turn around. You just got to keep the faith. Keep doing the things that you're doing, get the success starter kit going where you're working on your mind, and, avoid bankruptcy if at all possible, because bankruptcy, man, for 7 years, you can't do anything. You can't get a credit card. You can't buy a car. You can't do anything. So try not. Now, sometimes there's no options, but I'm telling you, try your best to not have to file bankruptcy. Anyway, I hope that gives you a little bit of, if you don't take a chance, you won't get a chance. Amen. I agree with that. Hey, Pete, man, need help. Oh, sorry about you needing help. That's good gold. I love that. Xander's ready to level up in 2025. I love that. Oh, my God. Hey, guys, we're at 162,000. Could we hit 200,000 here in the next few minutes? Would y'all tap on that screen and let's hit? I love it. let's be real, is headed to the library. I'm ready to start. I love it. Struggling to find a way to learn online. I'll follow you on that. Hey, get the Success Starter Kit going, Pete. I'm telling you, you'll start. Man, thank you, Karen. Get you a vision board, write your goals down, start reading 10 pages out of a business book or personal growth book, start watching Personal Growth Giants and start running with winners, and you're going to get ideas. I promise you. You can get online going. I tell you, people are making millions of dollars online. You're no different than them. You just got to get focused. I mean, last night I was watching a YouTube deal on how to get more followers and stuff. I mean, I'm still trying to learn. Just get in there and start learning, Pete. Come on, let's do this. Oh my gosh, good morning, everybody. Oh my God, yeah, we're rolling now. We're at 166,000. Thank you. Let's hit 200,000 here in the next few minutes. All right, let me get back to my notes. Guard the door of your mind. I'm telling you right now, that is a huge one, boys and girls. We cannot let negative junk into our brain. You and I cannot let negative stuff into our brain. Can't do it. Here's my theory on negative people. If you're negative, my legs still work, I'm out of here. Let me say that again. If you're negative, my legs still work, I'm out of here. I will not stand around negative people because that is corrupting my brain too. I'm telling you, I don't want to be around it because negative people attract negative thoughts, negative actions. They just attract negative. I want to be around positive people. Think about it. When somebody pulls out up in front of your house, one or two reactions usually. You walk over there, you look outside and you go, oh my gosh, I'm glad they're here. Woo, man. You get excited because they're there, because they're positive, they're motivating, they're uplifting, they're going somewhere with their life. I mean, they're just smiling. I mean, they got energy and they come in. You don't even wait for them to get to the door. You open the door and hug them before they even get there. And I mean, you just fired up and have a great time with them. And when they leave, man, you're pumped up and fired up. That's good. But then there's another example. Somebody comes up in front of your house. You look outside. They start sucking the life out of you before they ever get out of the car. They're negative, dull, disillusioned, frustrated crybabies. And I mean, it is like everything is wrong and everything is negative and it's always woe is me. And I mean, and when they leave, you got to go take a nap because they sucked every drop of energy out of you. Guys, get away from those people. Get away from them. And if you're one of them, change. Nobody wants to be around a negative, dull, disillusioned, frustrated crybaby. But I'll say this, if you'll get fired up, people come from miles around to watch you burn. Come on. We got to get excited about life and we'll start attracting people to us that we need in our life to be a success. Come on. Come on. We can do this. We can do this. I'm telling you. Let's make it happen. Oh me, where was I on my notes? Oh, guard the door of your mind. The magic you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding. That's another good one. The magic you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding. Understand, if you want to be a success, if you want to get wealthy, if you want to get that millionaire mindset, it's going to take effort. It doesn't just happen. And it's like I said earlier, and I think this is going to be the name of my next book. Choose your hard. Do you realize getting wealthy is hard? But did you know being broke is hard too? Getting wealthy is hard. Being broke is hard. Choose your hard. Choose wisely though, guys. Come on. Being healthy is hard. Being unhealthy is hard. Absolutely. Man, to be healthy, you mean I got to watch what I eat? Yep. You mean I got to exercise? Yep. You mean I got to lose some weight? Probably. But unhealthy, overweight, out of shape, obese, not feeling good, no energy, worrying about high blood pressure. I mean, come on. They're both hard. Choose your hard, but choose wisely. Every area of our lives like that. Marriage can be hard, but divorce can be hard. Choose your hard. Relationships, personal growth, spiritual life, all of them. All of them. They're all hard. You got to pick your hard though. Choose your hard, but choose wisely. Come on, baby. Let's do this. Let's do this. The magic you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding. Come on, baby. Zandra, yes. Yeah, divorce is no fun, baby. I'm telling you. I've avoided it, but I've seen too many friends that, man, it's an ugly deal. Come on, get that marriage right. Don't wait for the wind to change. You know, there's a myth out there. I get all the time that I'll be talking to somebody and they'll have a business idea and I'm going, man, that sounds pretty good. And I'm going, why haven't you started? Well, I'm just waiting for the right time. The right time? Come on, guys, there's a myth that there's a perfect time. There's no perfect time. No perfect time. It doesn't exist. Start now. Do it. I'm telling you, you get one problem fixed, there's always going to be another problem. There's always going to be some issue. There's always going to be something. If you're waiting for the perfect time, that's a myth. It doesn't exist. Start now. Let's start now. Come on. Don't wait for the wind to change. Start. Come on. Whatever idea you got, let's go. You want to start a laundromat business? Start it. You want to start a concession truck business? Start it. You want to start a vending machine business? Start it. You want to start a house cleaning business? Start it. You want to start a social media business? Start it. You want to start, whatever it is, let's go. There's no such thing as a perfect time. It just doesn't exist. Now, I'm not saying don't do a little due diligence. I'm not saying don't read some books and listen to some podcasts and watch some YouTube videos and go to some seminars and take a class. I'm not saying don't do that, but I'm saying at some point in time, you got to say, I'm starting. Because I'm going to tell you, just like riding a bicycle, you ain't going to learn that business until you get on that thing and start. Just like riding a bicycle. I can read books all day long, but until I get on that bike and start pedaling, I ain't going to learn how to ride. Well, you can read a lot of books and talk to a lot of people and do a lot of studying, but until you are actually in the midst of running that business, that's where you're going to really learn it all. There's no such thing as a perfect time. Start now. Make discipline a force in your life. Come on, baby. Make discipline a force in your life. Come on. I'm telling you, discipline is doing what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, whether you feel like it or not. Let me say that one more time for you. Discipline is doing what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, whether you feel like it or not. Come on. Let's go. Man, Angel, thank you. Angel Pitts Comedy. I hope I said that right. Angel Pitts Comedy. How do you get out of stream debt? Hundreds of dollars in copays a month included. You know, to get out of debt, we only have two levers we can pull to affect our cash flow. Two levers. We can either cut expenses and start taking that money and pay towards debt, or we bring in more revenue and take that money and pay towards debt. That is the only two ways that we can affect our cash flow. It's either cut expenses or bring in more revenue. So I try first, see if I can cut any expenses. If I can, great. Take that money, start paying down debt. If I can't, then I've got to get out there and start me another business. I've got to start a side hustle, Uber, Lyft, DoorDash. I've got to start network marketing. I got to start something because I got to bring in more money. So it's one of those two things, either cut expenses or bring in more revenue, or you can do both. But debt's ugly. But what I keep, the way I did it is I listed all my debts and I put them smallest to largest. And I made minimum payments on everything except that smallest one. And I focused on getting that sucker paid off. And after a couple of months, I got it paid off. I didn't owe too much on it, but I got it gone. Man, I got a boost of energy. I got fired up because I got a little adrenaline going. I got one bill out of my life. Then I started focusing on that second smallest one, making minimum payments on everything else. And I focused on that second smallest one. Man, work overtime, doing side hustles, doing network marketing, having garage sales, anything I could do. And I got the second one paid off. Now, man, two bills are gone out of my life. I start focusing on the third. You get the idea. But I just kept working and doing extra whatever I could do to bring in more money. And I finally got my butt out of debt. Debt's terrible. Debt's terrible. There's no way to, especially credit card debt. Oh my gosh, we're at 180,000. Come on, baby. Tap on that screen. Called the debt snowball method. Yep. What the best high interest building accounts? Get you a financial advisor. I'm not I know how, here's my 4 strengths. I'm a heck of a basketball coach. So if you want to talk basketball, I can talk hoops. Number 2, I'm one of the world's best networkers. I have made tens of millions of dollars in network marketing. I've started and run a bunch of businesses, so I feel like I'm good at business. And I'm a good dad. I've raised 2 good kids, so I feel like I'm pretty good at that. That's kind of my 4 areas of strength. Picking stocks and picking mutual funds and all that, I don't put the time and effort into that. I worry about running my own businesses, and I let a guy named Duke Tran. If you're really wanting to know, go to our podcast channel and go to the podcast that has Duke Tran, Tran. He's the guy that handles all my money that I don't put in my own companies. Duke Tran has Duke Wealth Management. That's the name of his company. Duke Wealth Management, Duke Tran. Duke Tran. Go to our podcast channel and find the episode that has Duke Tran. Obviously, he's an Asian guy. I love Duke. He's made me a bunch of money. Crypto. My thoughts on crypto. I don't know. I'm not smart enough. Do I have a little bit of money in crypto? I got a little bit of money in crypto. I play with it, but I'm not going to put any big investments in it because I don't understand it enough. And every once in a while, it bounces like crazy, and I don't really understand. Now, our new president is pretty big on it, so it may, it could do good. I'm not saying it's not. So if you're there, I hope you do great. What was the quote on discipline? Discipline is doing what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, whether you feel like it or not. Do what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, and the key is whether you feel like it or not. Discipline, make discipline a force in your life was what I said about that. Make discipline a force in your life. Come on. We got, guys, do you realize, I can sit here and talk about a success starter kit that I can guarantee you will start changing your life. Yeah, sure. I can talk about that. I can tell you to make a vision board. I can tell you to write your goals down. I can tell you to read 10 pages out of a good business book or personal growth book. I can tell you to watch a personal growth giant every day. And I can tell you to run with winners. And I can guarantee you that will start changing your life. Guarantee it. But if you don't have the self-discipline to start to do it, then it's useless. It's useless. Vision board, goals, 10 pages out of a good book every day, watching a personal growth giant every day, running with winners every day. If I will do that, I guarantee your life will start changing. But it takes some discipline, not a lot. None of that's hard. So it doesn't take a lot of discipline, but it does take a little discipline to make it start happening. Come on, baby. Come on. Be a do-it-now person. Yep, Erlinda, I agree with that. I always told my kids, do what you got to do so you can do what you want to do. Yes, I agree with that one. If you'll do today what others won't, you can have tomorrow what others don't. I like that saying too. That really stuck with me. Yeah, no, earlier I was talking about slay your dragons before breakfast so they don't eat your lunch. Do the tough stuff first. Get it out of the way. And then you get the stuff that you enjoy. But slay your dragons before breakfast so they don't eat your lunch. Day 1. Come on, Ryan, we can do this. I'm counting on you, Ryan. Be a do-it-now person. Come on, Alec. Yep, I agree with that. I always say do good today for a peaceful tomorrow. Amen. I agree with that. Do you have a book list? I don't have it somewhere. I'll hit it real quick again. I'll give you a few to get started with. I need to post it somewhere, and I will. By the way, y'all can go to my website, guys, PresleySwaggerty.com. PresleySwaggerty.com. And I got a lot of good material in there, so you're welcome to go look at it. You can read my bio, see if I'm worth listening to, all that sort of stuff. But Presley, Presley, Swaggerty, Swaggerty, 1G, PresleySwaggerty.com. Anyway, book list. Here we go. Y'all ready? Number one, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Great book. Man, it'll get you thinking. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That's a classic. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. Man, if you're having trouble thinking big, that one. The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. The Power of One More by Ed Mylett. I like that book. I've read it twice here recently. The Power of One More by Ed Mylett. Habits. We can change our habits. How about this one? Atomic Habits by James Clear. Atomic Habits by James Clear. Another habit book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey. A book we should all read is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Man, that's a great book. Great business book, Good to Great by Jim Collins. Good to Great by Jim Collins. Great book. Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. Another good book, Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. All right, there's you a few books. All right, guys, we're at 187,000. Let's hit 200, can we? Would y'all tap on that screen? You know, several of you keep asking about stocks. I'm not the guy that does the research and can tell you exactly what stocks to buy. I mean, I do a few on my own, but I'm certainly not somebody good enough to advise you. Go to our podcast channel, Residual Earners. So go to YouTube, type in Residual Earners, find the podcast that has Duke Tran, T-R-A-N, Duke Tran, and he is my wealth management guy. He's got a firm called Duke Wealth Management. If you're looking for somebody, look up Duke Wealth Management. I highly recommend him, and I don't get paid for saying that. He's made me a lot of money. So go watch the podcast, see if you like him. If you do, look up Duke Wealth Management, and I recommend him highly. If you're wanting to do it yourself, there's a book called The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham that is great. Warren, 10,000 likes. Could we hit the 200,000 just for hitting our goal today? Would y'all tap and let's see if we can get there real quick before I jump off here? Come on, team. We can do it. All right, we need 9,000 more. Come on, it's going up rapidly. Come on. We're doing it. Oh, we need 7,000 more. Come on. Oh my gosh, we're rocking. Come on. Oh, we got it. Come on. Oh, we need about 5,000 more. Man, I've never seen it go in this quick. Okay, we're doing it. There's 6. There's 7. Come on, we need 2,500. Oh, no, we need 1,700. We need 1,000. Boom. Congratulations, team. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. All right, here's your homework assignment. Go to our podcast channel, Residual Earners. So go to YouTube, type in Residual Earners. Pull up our podcast channel, hit subscribe, and then watch a podcast. That's your homework. Go to YouTube, type in Residual Earners, pull up our podcast channel, hit subscribe, watch a podcast, one podcast. Go watch it right now. Well, God bless you guys. I will be back in the morning. Love you.